On the subject of fake news, three things. One is, yes, we feel a responsibility, as we should, to make sure that we're doing the right thing. Sometimes our systems don't work the way we'd like them to. That's our fail. Algorithms aren't perfect. It's not likely they ever will be perfect, but it's our job to continue to make sure that we address these issues as they come up. Secondly, yes, we and others in the industry who provide ad platforms and ad systems need to continue to be vigilant at making sure that those ad systems aren't used by people who misrepresent their identity, misrepresent what they're looking to achieve, or have some nefarious intent. And third, and just as importantly, is to continue to work with the news industry in a collaborative way to work with how can we continue to move forward as an industry and as partners in this to develop new forums like fact check, to evolve new approaches with journalism, with data journalism, really to help users and audiences and citizens indeed redevelop their sense of confidence in the institution of the press and its important role in society. We're not the world's editor. It can't be our role to determine and define truth, nor would anyone expect us to do that. It's not our job to tell them what to believe. It's our job to surface enough content from different perspectives to put them on a path to better understanding. And so we look to address that. We look to address that in further tuning of our algorithms, which we will always do, because as I said, the ecosystem always changes. Is there a place for humans in the algorithmic work of Google? And for that I say probably not, simply be given the scale that we're talking about. Google News, for instance, operates 75 editions around the world in 45 languages. Google handles billions and billions of queries a day. We're talking about numbers that are just beyond the range of having humans in the loop of interacting on things. And frankly, we also want to make sure that what we build into those algorithms is enough understanding and knowledge of the ecosystem so that we can make good judgments, and judgments in a sense that are apolitical, right? I think that's important. We're not a news source, right? Google News is just we just connect the dots between what's the story and sources of content. But when we dig into that, what we find is people trust us because we present a diversity of sources. I think our job is how do we assemble the appropriate high quality content, no matter the political perspective, such that the user can form their own opinions, so that they can, again, develop their own critical thinking to make these judgments. But I don't expect that will involve humans making decisions about this article or that, simply for reasons of scale. Oh, I think there's a lot of common ground between Google and news organizations today. Both of us believe in the importance of having an open system for expression, which is the web. That's important to Google because our biggest product, Google Search, depends on there being a rich ecosystem of knowledge. And that's the same for publishers. That open environment of the web is crucial to their future, crucial to their ability to not only serve the audiences that they currently have, but find audiences for the new products that they're going to develop in an open environment, not in one that's bound by the walls of a proprietary social network, for instance. So we have these common objectives, and we'll continue to work closely on every dimension, from technological dimensions to the dimensions of media forms to approaches to advertising, to try to do our best to make that happen. Quality content is crucial to that ecosystem. Not all content can be supported on advertising alone. That would be nice if that were the case, but at least today that doesn't seem like that's the case. And obviously there are many news organizations out there who do quality work for which a subscription is I think a very appropriate ask. Nowhere was it written that information needs to be free. Might be desirable, but not that it needs to be or that it can be. Journalists doing serious, hard-nosed reporting, dedicated efforts, expensive efforts, and that needs to be paid for. And it's not likely it's going to be paid for entirely by advertising in this marketplace, and so subscriptions, I think, are important.
Do you think it is necessary to reach some kind of official or global guideline over privacy?
Well, I think those of us who believe in privacy in its various dimensions, then yes. My own view in a society is privacy is important. So yes, would it be better for all of us to have appropriate privacy legislation more consistently in place around the world? I think that's a very fine objective. In the complexities of today's political climate, it'd be interesting to see how far one can get with that. I applaud the efforts.